We now continue with the League of Women Voters of St. Lucie County Candidate Forum, and we thank you for being with us to become more informed before the primary election on August 26th. We now will meet the candidates for County Judge Group 4. We have Al Moore and Leonard Villafranco with us today. Catherine Nelson and Rosanna Bronhard were invited but were unable to attend. So we have an opening statement. Let's start with Al Moore.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. Again, my name is Al Moore, and I'm running for St. Lucie County Judge, and that is Group 4. Just a little bit about myself. I was born and raised in Palm Beach County, Florida. I received my law degree at the University of Florida. Once I graduated from the University of Florida, I came to St. Lucie County to practice and live, and I've lived and practiced in this county for over 20 years, closer to 25 years. In my legal practice, I have tried or litigated every type of case that would come in front of a county judge. I've tried the most serious criminal cases, everything from first-degree murder on down to DUIs and everything in between. In the civil arena, I've tried very complex civil cases. I've tried homeowners association, condo association cases, business law cases, all types of civil cases. So anything that would come in front of me, I would not have to learn on the fly. I've already tried those kinds of cases. After practicing for 10 years, I was appointed as the first traffic hearing officer here in St. Lucie County. So I presided over cases in the courthouse in Port St. Lucie, and I heard non-criminal traffic offenses and decided whether or not a particular person that was charged was guilty or innocent. And if they were guilty, I decided what type of punishment they would receive. I did that for a year, and then Martin County decided to run the same type of program there. And even though there were a lot of Martin County attorneys that had applied for the position, I was awarded that position too because I had done a good job here in St. Lucie County. I did the traffic hearing officer job for a couple of years, and then I was appointed by the chief judge at the time to be a full-time magistrate. And in those cases, I heard family law, dependency, and mental health cases, and I presided over those cases as well.
Okay,
so my experience as an attorney and my experience hearing cases, I think, makes me well qualified for the job.
And we will hear more later, but our opening statement from Mr. Villafranco.
Good morning, and thank you very much. I would like to thank the League of Women Voters for holding this forum today. I think it's a wonderful opportunity for the people of St. Lucie County to hear from all of the candidates, not just in this particular race, but all of the candidates. I'd also like to thank Al Moore for being here today. There are 4 people running for this particular race, and I'm very, very disappointed that Judge Catherine Nelson hasn't appeared here today, nor has our other opponent, Rosanna Bronhard. I appreciate Al being here. I appreciate the opportunity to discuss the issues with Al. I want to thank the people of St. Lucie County. I came up here about 12 years ago. I opened my own practice about 11 years ago, and this county has been terrific to me. The county has allowed my business to flourish, my law business, I should say, my law practice. And then I had some tragedies happen in my life, minor tragedies maybe, or common tragedies, but still things that affected me. I was involved in a major motorcycle accident about 2.5 years ago, greatly affected my practice. And then last year, or almost 2 years ago now, I lost my father. And this community stood by my side in a way I never expected. The lawyers in town were a tremendous support system for me. The judges, my practice covers all areas of civil law. I practice in civil court, I practice in criminal court, both misdemeanor and felony. I practice in juvenile court, family court. I'm in front of all of the judges in this circuit on a regular basis over the past 10 years. And these judges, including Judge Yakuchi, who's here today, and Judge Nelson, who's not here today, I've been in front of them all. I've learned from them all, and they've all been very supportive of me and my practice. And that's the reason why I'm running for county judge, is my opportunity to give back to the people of St. Lucie County who have given so much to me. So for that reason, I am running for county judge. I've been a lawyer for quite some time. I practiced, like I said, in all areas of the law, and I want to take that experience to the bench and to serving the people of St. Lucie County.
Okay, well, let's get to the questions then. We'll start with Mr. Villafranco. What would you like to accomplish to improve the court system in St. Lucie County?
I think one of the most important issues I see in the court system is the time it takes to get through the system. Again, I am the only candidate who has been in private practice for the past 10 years right here. And as they say, the wheels of justice turn slowly. And if we can do anything to expedite that, because I've been in private practice, I go to court on behalf of many, many, many clients, and their biggest complaint, whether it's a small claims case or whether it's a criminal case or if it's a family law case, is how long it takes. Some cases take well over a year or more. And if I can make any contribution to expediting the process, then that would be something that would be very, very important to me and something I could do for this county. Also, public access to the courts. It's important that everybody has the opportunity to take part in the legal process and with representation. I'm very proud of my pro bono service. I've been awarded by the Florida Supreme Court for the past 3 years and by the Florida Rural Legal system here in St. Lucie County for my pro bono work. I think everybody has the right to go to court and should have the opportunity to go to court, yet go through the system as quickly as possible.
Okay, same question to Mr. Moore.
Well, we have some of the best judges in the area. I've practiced in many counties, not just St. Lucie County, even though I'm based here. And we have some great judges. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for the judge in this particular race. And so I think that the biggest improvement is going to be to restore integrity and honor to this particular seat. The sitting judge, Mr. Villafranco, pointed out that she's not here today. He said he was disappointed in that. I'm more disappointed in her actions while she was a seated judge. She was convicted of a crime. And the facts surrounding that particular crime are quite disturbing. And I really felt that she should have resigned the position as a judge. She chose not to do so, and now the voters have a choice. And so I think they ought to choose somebody that has experience, that has presided over cases, and that would be me. And when I had the position of the magistrate, it was a privileged position, and I treated it as such, and I will treat the county judgeship the same way.
You touch on presiding over past cases. In what way is that important as a qualification for a county judge?
I think it's very important. I had to learn how to prioritize when you're talking about the punishment for people that had committed traffic offenses. I learned how which people needed to be treated harshly, which people needed or deserved a break based on their record or their actions. I learned the temperament that was required to become a judge. I was calm and I listened very well, but I was always in control of the courtroom.
Mr. Villafranco, same question. Do you believe experience in presiding over past cases is important?
As far as actually presiding over cases, I would say no. Every judge in our circuit, every judge in our county, every judge in our state, and every judge in our Supreme Court started somewhere, usually as an attorney. That's the experience it took to get them started on the bench. I've been practicing right here in St. Lucie County, and as I said earlier, I've practiced in front of pretty much every judge in our circuit, Martin County, St. Lucie County, Indian River, and Okeechobee. And I've learned from each and every one of those judges, and I hope to take the positive things I've learned from those judges, as well as the negative things to know what not to do, and bring that to this position. So for that reason, I feel any kind of judicial experience isn't what is necessary for this position. It's the experience in the courtroom. And I am a trial attorney. I'm in the courtroom almost every day and practicing, and I plan on bringing that experience to the bench.
Do you believe then it's an important qualification to have lived and practiced in St. Lucie County?
I believe it is because we're representing and serving the people of St. Lucie County. And that's something I'm very, very proud of. Is the vast majority of my practice over the past 10 years has been right here in St. Lucie County. I've served the people here as an attorney. I've served the people here as a volunteer in a number of volunteer capacities in civic organizations. And now it's my opportunity to further serve the people of St. Lucie County as their judge.
Mr. Moore.
I think it's extremely important. I've practiced here since 1990. It's 24 years. And I do want to clarify one thing. Mr. Villafranco said that he was the only one with 10 years of experience, and I certainly don't presume that to be any type of intentional error, but I've been in private practice for 24 years, less the time that I was a magistrate, which was part-time 2 years for the hearing officer for the traffic, and then 2 years. So if you want to subtract those 4 years, I've been in practice for 20 years. I think it's very important to have contacts with Saint Lucie County. I sat on this very stage when I was a member of Planning and Zoning for Saint Lucie County. I was on the Port St. Lucie Economic Growth Team. I taught legal studies over at Indian River State College. I have connections to the community, and I will use those connections to cooperate and make the court system more efficient.
Okay, next question. We're going to quote from the American Bar Association Model Code of Judicial Conduct. A judge shall conduct the judge's personal and extrajudicial activities to minimize the risk of conflict and obligations of judicial office. If arrested and convicted of a crime, would you step down?
I would. I mean, in that hypothetical, obviously, I don't foresee that happening. That's never happened in the past, and I can assure the voters that will never happen in the future. But I think it is important. The question was asked earlier, too, if the judges should be held to a higher standard. And I think absolutely. I think the public has the right to expect the judges to conduct themselves in a professional and fair manner. And when a judge commits a crime, a sitting judge, they should step down. Unfortunately, it didn't happen in this case. But fortunately, these positions are not lifetime appointments. This particular judge was appointed in the beginning, and now she has to answer to the voters for her actions.
Same question, Mr. Villafranco.
Yes, I would agree 100%. If I am so honored by the people of St. Lucie County to be elected to this judicial seat, it's my honor to serve the people. And it is my duty to live up to the expectations of the people of St. Lucie County and to live my life to a certain standard that is to be expected of a sitting judge. A judge is expected to literally judge other people on their actions. And for that reason, I think the public expects us to live to a standard that's not going to in any way tarnish the seat that we're sitting. So yes, I agree with my opponent on that. And again, I wish Judge Nelson was here to answer that same question. I don't expect to be arrested for any crimes. I try to live my life properly. I try not to get involved in any kind of situation that's going to in any way tarnish this position. But if by some unforeseen circumstance I did, yes, I would immediately step down because I would in no way want to tarnish the people of St. Lucie County in any way, and I would in no way want to tarnish my own reputation. So yes, I would. I'd just like to take a moment of my additional time to apologize to Mr. Moore if I misspoke or I misstated the facts. I was under the impression that Mr. Moore had worked for a company in Boca Raton for quite some time for a law firm, and if that was in private practice, then I did misspeak, and I do apologize for that.
There are 4 candidates in County Judge Group 4. How are you different from your opponent, and why should voters choose you over your other 3 opponents, Mr. Villafranco?
As I stated earlier, for the past 10 years, I have been practicing in private practice right here in St. Lucie County. I first opened up in St. Lucie West, right on St. Lucie West Boulevard, and I've since moved over to US 1 right in front of Sam's Club. I have been representing the people of St. Lucie County for the past 10 years. And I've been practicing in, as I said, all areas of law. I haven't been concentrated only in family court, or I haven't been concentrating only in criminal. I haven't been concentrating only in community association or something like that. I've practiced in all areas of the law. And I think that's important because as a county judge, we may be called upon to sit over various types of cases. And I have that unique experience. I've practiced in family law and issues concerning children, issues concerning equitable distribution, issues concerning alimony and money. I've practiced in misdemeanor cases, DUI, battery type cases, things like that. I've practiced in felony court with drug related cases. I've practiced in the juvenile system, then of course numerous civil cases, both small claims, which would be in front of a county court judge, or very large multi-million-dollar cases in civil court. So that's the area. Those are the areas that I have experience in, and I think that makes me a little bit uniquely qualified, again, because I've been practicing in so many areas of law right here serving the people of St. Lucie County. And I appreciate the people for that, and I appreciate the support I'm getting from the people of St. Lucie County.
Okay. Mr. Moore, how are you different from your opponents?
Well, I think, Mr. Villafranco touched on experience. I've been representing the residents of this county for 24 years. I've practiced and have litigated every area of law, including family law, all sorts of civil cases, multi-million-dollar cases as well. So there wouldn't be anything that came in front of me that I wouldn't know. Sometimes county judges are appointed temporarily to do circuit work because the circuit judges get busy, and you don't want somebody that's there that hasn't practiced for a substantial amount of time and that understands how to try a felony case or how to try a complicated construction defect case or a family law case. Where I set myself apart is I also have experience presiding over cases and hearing those cases and determining if somebody committed an offense or did not commit an offense, and to be able to weigh the testimony and the evidence, and what type of punishment, if they are in fact found guilty, they should receive. Mr. Villafranco said that everybody has to start somewhere. He's true, but that's correct. But it's nice if you have a choice of somebody that's already experienced. And I have that experience. I was deciding custody cases. I was deciding whether or not people should be involuntarily committed in the mental health cases. So those have very large impacts on people's lives. So I have that experience along with the legal experience, and I also have the connection to the community.
Okay. Time for the closing statements. Mr. Moore.
Thank you. Just to reiterate, I think the things that are important in this particular race is, first of all, experience. I have the experience trying all types of cases for 20 plus years in a variety of law. I have the experience presiding over cases as a traffic hearing officer here in St. Lucie County and in Martin County. Experience hearing cases as a general master. They used to call it a general master, now they call it a magistrate, hearing very important cases. I took the evidence and made findings of fact, and then drafted proposed orders that had to be signed off by the circuit judges. I think that temperament is very important. I learned as a magistrate what type of temperament that you had to have. I was a very good listener. I was very calm, but I always had control over the courtroom, and I was decisive. And I think that's really what sets me apart. This is my community. I've been here ever since I've graduated from law school. I've given back to this community. I've got 2 kids that are in Lincoln Park, and I plan on retiring in this community. I don't plan on going anywhere. And I look forward to serving the people of St. Lucie County with honor and integrity.
Closing statement, Mr. Villafranco.
Thank you very much. The people of St. Lucie County deserve to have a judge that is going to represent them fairly, without bias, and professionally. They haven't had that, at least on this particular seat, recently. The people of St. Lucie County have an opportunity to select a judge that has experience right here in St. Lucie County, a judge that has practiced in many areas of the law, has tried many hundreds of cases. I actually looked up on the Clerk of Court's website. I am the only candidate in this race who has litigated over 470 cases in St. Lucie County alone. That's not counting juvenile court. That's not counting cases that settle before they go to litigation. I take that experience with me. This community has been very good to me, and I'm looking forward to the opportunity to give back to the people of St. Lucie County by serving as their judge, by serving fairly, without bias, and I'm looking forward to serving with dignity, to bring back dignity to the Group 4 County Court seat. And I look forward to doing that. I want to take this opportunity also to again thank the League of Women Voters, to thank my opponent, Albert Moore, and to thank the people of St. Lucie County. They've been tremendous to me, and I'm looking forward to the opportunity to serving you, the people of St. Lucie County, as your next county judge. Thank you.
Well, thank you, and we would like to thank you gentlemen for being with us, Al Moore and
Thank you very
Leonard
much.
Thank you.
Villafranco. Again, Catherine Nelson and Rosanna Bonhard were invited, but were unable to attend today. All our candidates for St. Lucie County Judge, Group 4. And we will be back with more of our candidates forum next, St. Lucie County School Board.
Thank you.